Good morning, grade 5.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys. All right, we're just going to wait 1 minute and then we'll start for everyone to join. So like yesterday, for the first session, we're going to do grammar, and the second we will do reading. So please, for the first session, your language arts textbook and your practice workbook and your notebook. All right, there's less than half of the class here. I'll just wait 1 more minute and then we'll start. All right, guys, let's begin. Well, today's lesson is called Comparing with More and Most. All right, one of you yesterday asked me, what do we do if, or you asked me why it says that we usually add ER or EST. This is because there are certain words where we must compare with more and most. Can you guys see my screen?
No.
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 No. Yeah.
All right, this is on page 272 in your language arts textbook. Please double check for me, make sure that is correct. Page 272 and page 273 in your language arts textbook. Okay, let me choose someone to read. Don't raise your hands, guys. I will choose someone. Salim? Salim, are you there? Can you guys hear me?
No. Yes.
Okay, Yassine Douani, can you hear me? Are you there? I want someone to read page 200 and on page 272. Can you read the rules at the top?
Okay. Read them right.
The rules, yeah.
Rules. Use more or must to compare with most adjectives that have two or more syllables. Use more to compare to nouns or pronouns. Use most to compare three or more people, places, things, and ideas. The San Diego Zoo is more colorful than the London Zoo. The San Diego Zoo the most colorful zoo in the world.
In the world, yes.
When you use more or most, do not use the er or est form of an adjective.
Very good. Okay, so for most adjectives of 2 or more syllables, we add the word more or most to form the comparative or the comparative. Here, the comparative and superlative. What does this mean? Okay, so think about happy. All right, happy is 2 syllables, but this is and in this case we add er. All right, but most of the time when we have a word with 2 or more syllables, we add more or most. Think about beautiful, magical, surprising. All right, all of these we cannot write beautifuler or beautifulest. We must add more or most. All right, so we can say this scenery is more beautiful than that one, or we can say the ending to the story was the most surprising I've ever read. Okay, so when we have 2 or more syllables, can we say surprisinger? Can we say magicaler, magicalist? Here we must write more or most to form the comparative. So the comparative would be more magical and the superlative would be the most magical. Okay, for example. And it's very important to note, Yassine read for us, that we cannot use both more and most and also ER or EST. So we can't say more beautifuler, right? We know that this is incorrect. If we have a 1 syllable or sometimes 2 syllable word, we add ER or EST, but once it has more than 2 syllables, it must be more or most if we are comparing. Okay, so please guys write this in your notebook. Does everybody have their notebook out? Let me know you guys can hear me. Are you there?
Yes, we can
Yes,
hear
we
you.
can hear you.
Okay. All right, so for most adjectives of 2 or more syllables, add more or most to form comparative and superlative. It says for most adjectives of 2 or more syllables. So like I told you, there are some words, with 2 syllables where we add ER or EST. But with practice, you will know which ones these are. Right, and never use ER or EST when using more or most. All right, look at page 272. All right, here is an example. It is incorrect to say the Bronx Zoo is more bigger than the Central Park Zoo. Why is this incorrect? Because the comparative and the superlative forms of big are bigger and biggest, right? So it's also incorrect to only use more or most when we're not supposed to, all right? When we're supposed to use ER or EST. So here this is incorrect. It should be the Bronx Zoo is bigger than the Central Park Zoo. All right,
Is
here's
they write
another.
in our notebooks?
Yes, write this in your notebooks. Did you just join?
Okay. Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
I had a bad connection.
No problem.
Sorry.
All right, so here is another example. It is incorrect to say this is the most splendidest zoo I've ever seen, and it would be correct to say this is the most splendid zoo I have ever seen. Okay, let's do some of these examples together. Did everybody write this in their notebooks?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
No.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call on some of you to answer. Tanahi, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Can you read number 1? Can you answer number 1? Let me do the example with you first. San Francisco may be the more beautiful or most beautiful city in California. So here we have the clue in California, which tells us this is, we are comparing San Francisco to all of the cities in California. This should be superlative. So the answer would be most beautiful. Okay, Tanahi, can you read number 1? Please, guys, read the sentence when I call on you.
It is more harder to fly at those than Houston.
Houston.
Houston. More harder.
More harder?
Harder.
Harder.
No,
Right?
nothing is made more harder because it have ER.
That's right. So we can't write more harder. We can't write more hard also. Hard is a one-syllable adjective, and the correct comparative form would be just to add ER. Harder. Thank you. Number 2, Habiba.
Flights are more numerous on Fridays.
Very good. Flights are more numerous. So numerous here, we should add more. We can't say numerouser, right? More numerous is the correct answer. Thank you, Habiba. Amr, number 3. Amr, are you there? Okay, Aysel. Number 3.
I'm here, miss.
Okay, you can do number 4, Amr.
Okay, miss. Sorry.
El Paso is the most unusual city of all.
Excellent. Most unusual. Why is it most unusual, Aysel?
Because of all.
Because, excellent, because it says the most of all. Thank you. Number 4, Amr. Somebody has a song in the background playing. Who is listening to music this early in the morning?
Oh, this is a television.
The television? Okay.
I think Amr.
No problem. Okay, go ahead, Amr, number 4.
This city is more closer to Mexico than to Dallas. Closer.
Closer. Excellent. Closer. So close is a one-syllable adjective. We should only add ER. Very good. Let's see, Hannah Sultan.
Yes, Miss Honey. The most splendid or the most or more splendid Maya
Splendid.
art of all is
Miss, I can't hear her.
the most.
Excellent. The most splendid Mayan art of all is in Mexico. Most splendid. All right, and again, the clue is of all, right? Splendid also. Splendid here has 2 syllables. We know we must use more or most, but based on the sentence, most. Okay. Did everybody finish writing up to number 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Who said no?
Me.
Abdurrahman?
Yes.
Okay, quickly.
The answer is
Abdurrahman Ahmed, not Abdurrahman al-Talahi.
Miss,
No.
I can write the answers only.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes. Did somebody call me? All right. I'm going to move on. Guys, if you miss anything, you can catch it on the video that's uploaded to Smart Schools. All right, Auday, number 6. Are you there?
Yes. Yes.
Yes?
Miss Honey.
Yes, dear. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, miss, I can hear you.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Kinsey, can you answer number 6?
Sure. New York City's traffic is more terrible or most terrible than Boston's? More terrible.
More terrible. Thank you. Malak, number 7. Malak, are you there? Nurhan, number 7. All right. Yasin Sadat, number 7.
Okay, the more horrible, most horrible traffic maybe in Los Angeles. Most horrible.
Most horrible. Thank you. Number
Miss, can I answer number 8?
where did you go all day?
What?
Where did you
Where
go?
did you go?
Okay, answer number 8.
Traffic signs are more difficult or most difficult to read in Wales, Great Britain,
No,
than in England. Traffic signs are more difficult.
very good. Thank you. Asir, number 9. All right, Hannah Halawa, number 9.
Miss, can I answer number 9?
Okay, Abdurrahman Ahmed at number 9. All of
The
these people that I call on, 1 second, Abdurrahman. All of these people that I call on, if you are not there when I call on you, you're not ready to answer, you are not following along, I remove your name from attendance. I'm taking the attendance, those who are participating.
Miss, do you think who is raising his
Because
hand?
I was just joined.
Okay, but you've been in the meeting, Asir.
So I just joined.
All right, are you ready to answer number 9? You've been in the meeting for quite some time now. Would you like to answer number 9? Do you have your book?
Miss Hanan, will we read a story today?
We will read, yes, the story, the small story in your reading writing workshop.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Abdurrahman Ahmed, can you answer number 9?
most answer.
Most unusual? That is
Yes.
correct. All right, thank you. The language of Wales is the most unusual in Great Britain. Very good. Thank you. Who did not answer? Yasin Hisham, number 10.
Miss, I didn't answer.
The language of Wales is that language has the longest words of all.
Excellent. The longest. Thank you. So we know without even reading the sentence, it must be longest because most longest is incorrect. We can never use most and est or er, or more and er. Okay. Next, tell me the correct form of the adjective. Let's see, Yusuf, number 11.
Miss, I know.
Okay, Shlok, number 11.
Yes, Miss. Tokyo is the crowded city in the world. Tokyo is the most crowded city in the world.
Excellent. The most crowded city in the world. Thank you. Salim?
Miss, can
Salim, are you there? No? Okay. Yassine Douani, number 12.
Number 12. More unusual.
Yes, Yusuf?
Can you hear?
I can hear you. We
Miss
have very
More?
bad connection. Okay, Yassine Douani said more unusual. That's correct. Rome has more unusual buildings than a newer city. Thank you. Yusuf, can you try to answer number 13? Hopefully your connection is better. No, maybe not. Okay. Amr, number 13. Abdurrahman Tanahi, number 13.
Miss,
Yes,
can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I said the answer when my mic was muted, sorry.
Okay, no problem.
San Francisco is
Francisco.
attractive. Francisco is attractive than the European city. More attractive.
Very good. Thank you. More attractive than that European city. All right, number 14. Kenzie.
San Francisco is one of the most popular tourist spots of all. Most popular.
Most popular. Thank you. All right. Who has not answered? Raise your hand. Is there anyone who hasn't? Okay, Tanahi, you can do number 15.
I answered, but I will go ahead.
I know, dear. Everybody answered.
15. New York may be the most entertaining city in the world. Most.
All right, thank you. Okay, is this clear, guys? Clear, guys? Do we have problems with more and most?
No.
Do we understand when we use more, when we use most? Everything is
Yes.
clear? Okay.
Yes.
All right, let's do the practice workbook page. 57. Okay, the rules are here again at the top. For most adjectives of 2 or more syllables, for most adjectives of 2 or more syllables, add the words more or most to form the comparative and the superlative forms. Use more to compare 2 people, places, or things. Use most to compare more than 2 people, places, or things. Do not use ER or EST when using more or most, so it is either or depending on which is correct. And here's an example. Chinese people eat more grain than meat. Of all the different grains, rice is the most popular. All right, in the one before it, I don't see an adjective that is being, I think this is a mistake, right? In Chinese, people eat more grain than meat. Grain is not an adjective. So an example is if you say Chinese people are more friendly than others, right? So we're comparing the Chinese people to others, but this is a mistake, I believe, because there's no adjective being compared. All right, number 1, circle the letter of the correct comparative and superlative forms of the given adjective. Hannah Sultan, number 1. The adjective is splendid.
Yes, Miss Hanan.
Yes, dear. Number 1.
Can you please read the sentence?
Sure, you don't have your workbook? There's no sentence. All right, so here is splendid. And it's asking for the comparative and superlative form of this adjective. So we're going to compare, tell me the comparative, right? So if we have two things that are being compared, and if we have three or more. How would we write this word? Do we add ER?
No.
Are you there, Hannah? No. So we must write more splendid or
Most.
most splendid. Okay, this is B, guys. All right, number two, Aysel.
Plentiful.
Aysel, I'm sorry, dear, I lost connection, or I think I was muted. I'm not sure. Can you hear me?
Plentiful. B.
B, more plenty, most plenty. Well, look at the word. The word is plentiful. This is the adjective, right? So we can't change it. We can't remove the IFUL and change it to Y.
A.
A, right? Because if it was plenty, then it would be B. But the adjective is plentiful. So more plentiful. It sounds strange, right? It sounds like it's incorrect because it's very big. But the answer is A. Okay, thank you, Aysel. Habiba, number 3.
Flexible. More A.
A, more flexible, most flexible. Thank you.
Welcome.
All right, number 4, adorable. Adorable, Reem. Number 4.
Yes.
All right, what is the correct comparative and superlative forms of number
B. More acceptable, most acceptable.
All right, more adorable, most adorable. Excellent, Reem, thank you. Hannah Halawa, number 5. Okay, Asir, number 5.
Yes.
Yes, Yusuf? Would you like to answer number 6?
Okay.
Okay, go ahead, Asir, number 5.
Graceful. B.
Excellent, more graceful, most graceful. We cannot say gracefuller, right? Or gracefulest. This would be incorrect. Thank you. Howday, number 6. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Howday. Yusuf, I had called on you for number 6. Howday, you can answer number 7.
Yes. It's more solid.
Excellent. More solid. Most solid. Thank you. Number 7, Howday.
China is one of the populous countries in the world. Will be most populated.
Excellent. Most populatist? Most?
No, populated.
Populated. We don't change the adjective itself in this case. Okay, number 8. Number 8, let's see, Abdurrahman Ahmed. Okay, Yassine Douini.
Yes.
Number 8.
More. Okay, this country is advanced than many other East Asian countries. More
More
advanced.
advanced. Thank you. Yassine Hisham. Number 9.
Yes. At one time, the emperor was most powerful leader in China.
Excellent. Thank you. Number 10. Yassine Sadat.
Now the Communist Party is making major efforts to make China a modern country. More modern?
Excellent. More modern. Thank you, guys. Okay. Does anybody have questions about comparing with more or most? Did everybody complete the page in the practice workbook?
Yes.
Yes? Okay,
Yeah.
guys. So I would like, I can't hear you. dear. Yes, sure.
Miss, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Okay.
I
When we know that we will put most or more or ER or EST.
Okay, so based on the syllables. Okay, so usually when we have a one syllable adjective, right? Sometimes when we have two syllable, we add ER or EST. Like for example, hot, cold, right? These are all one syllable, hot, cold. What else do we have? What are other one syllable? Let's think. Fast, slow.
Hard.
For all of these, hard. For all of these, we add ER or EST because they are one syllable. There are some two syllables that we add ER also, like happy becomes happier, happiest, right? But we, of course, change the Y to I. But any syllable, any adjective, sorry, that has 3 syllables or more, sometimes 2 syllables, but usually it's the big words like plenty, full, but also there are, so if it has 3 syllables, know that for sure it has to be more or most. But there are some 2 syllables, like here, for example, graceful, graceful. The bigger words, we use more or most. So it's by syllables. And remember, Aisha, we can't put both, right? So we can never say more splendider, right?
Yeah.
Okay, a common mistake you guys say, and I've heard it in class so many times, more bigger. Many of you say more bigger, right? They don't know it's a mistake. We cannot use more and ER in the same sentence. This is automatically incorrect. Okay, Aisha, so it's based on the syllables. It's based on the syllables. Most two syllables, most adjectives with 2 syllables or more, we use more or most. But there are some that where we use ER or EST for the 2 syllables, okay? Every 1 syllable, we use ER or EST.
Okay.
All right. Okay, guys.
Miss?
Yes.
Miss?
Yes, yes.
Solid is 2 syllables.
Solid is, yes, 2 syllables. But I told you that there are most 2 syllables. Most 2 syllables are, we use more or most. It's an exception when we add ER or EST to 2 syllables.
Okay.
Another example here, we have graceful. This is 2 syllables. Right? Modern.
Yes.
All right, guys. Does anybody have, do you have any more questions about comparing with more and most?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and end the first meeting. Your second meeting starts at
No.
9:25, I believe. All right.
9:25.
Yeah, since we finished, I'm going to go ahead and end it so that I have time for this meeting to convert so that I can upload it for you. And please join at 9:25 with your writing workshop textbook and your notebook. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Bye,
Okay.
guys.
Bye. Bye.